where the elites just stumble around in fancy suits with SWAT teams around them saying, I will rob this, I will rob that. Everyone just bows down to them. And the image of these criminals being indicted or in trouble like Watergate, but these crimes are a trillion times that literally, could bring them down just like Copenhagen went down. The whole Copenhagen thing went down in flames. The banks wanting to leverage a new Ponzi scheme on global carbon tax. I mean, on every front, they're in trouble.
Well, do the math. On that one trade, Geithner gave Goldman Sachs $10 billion. Okay? Now, if the average American taxpayer pays $100,000 lifetime, $100,000 of federal taxes in a lifetime, say, how much is $10 billion divided by 100,000? That's how many people are going to work their whole life for that one giveaway by Timmy Geithner. In other words, don't think of it as $10 billion. Think of it as, we got to do the math. Think of it as that many lives. It's slavery. It is. I mean, it's literally slavery. Let me do the math.
And it sets the precedent for even, if we don't stop them now, they're setting up new bubbles, new scams, new frauds.
Right. So if I'm not mistaken, 100,000 people are going to work their entire life to pay the taxes for Geithner to do that. You know, and it's not just, here's the thing, Alex, it's not just Americans, it's people all over the world, because people all over the world are being forced to buy Treasury securities. You know, it's a global taxation system. They buy Treasury securities, the Treasuries go down 5-10% a year, and so they get drained, just like communities all over America being drained. It's global, it's not just in America. And so, you know, here, I mean, people are giving up luxuries, you know, or now necessities to play this game. But, you know, people are losing their lives all over the world because of this drain. So it's not just when you give away $10 billion, you know, say it costs you give away 100,000 tax lives in America, but you're literally giving away lives, you know, around the world. So it's a slavery system engineered through financial means, and it's highly invisible, but I think we're beginning to understand it.
It is a high-tech slavery. We're going to come back and get into more solutions with Catherine Austin Fitts of Solari.com. I agree with her. One of the biggest things we have against the enemy is the states and their rightful power. Folks, we're offering a new video at Infowars.com on DVD. It's Shadow Government. Very impressive. With Catherine Albrecht, G. Edward Griffin, many others. This film, really well done, and will wake up a lot of people. Get Shadow Government today. I saw the trailer we put up for it on YouTube, and there's some guy in there saying, Jones is being sensationalist. There's no such thing as a shadow government. They have now admitted the shadow government, the national security state. It's all over the news. Just Google shadow government. You'll see hundreds of mainstream news articles. People are still kind of in the old propaganda of 10 years ago that there's no global government. It's all being announced. And you people don't want to admit you were wrong, so you're denying it's happening because you're lazy. Now, I know the listeners aren't like that, but you got to give this film Shadow Government. You can get Fall of the Republic half price when you get it with Shadow Government. You can also get one of the free T-shirt deals. Got a bunch of specials at Infowars.com. There's also the Solari Report, and you can subscribe to that at Solari.com. And she breaks down precious metals, you name it, just incredible, incisive info on the economy. Catherine Austin Fitts, where do you see gold going? Even though they've been trying to drive it down, it's going back up now.
Well, I think we're in a long-term bull market for what I call tangibles, real things. You know, throughout history, through investment history, Alex, you go through periods where financial assets perform much better than tangibles, and then tangibles perform much better than financial assets. And so, but what's happening is the investor, Jimmy Rogers, somebody asked him whether he believed in peak oil. He said, forget peak oil, it's peak everything. And, you know, the fundamental economics of the planet is we have 6 billion people and growing, and there's only so much real stuff, whether it's base metals or precious metals, commodities. So we're absolutely in a long-term bull market.
And when you have all this inflation and paper scams, people always run back to real assets.
Right, and that's, you know, if you look at the one currency that people recognize, not because anybody requires them to or not because the government has it, the law, but the currency that is liquid and recognized all around the world is gold and silver. And so I think what you're seeing is a lot of We've printed all this paper, whether it's Treasury securities or derivatives or other kinds of fiat currencies, and now people are saying, well, what can I hold that's real? And not only that, what can I hold that's real that I can put in my pocket and take with me? So I think we're in a long-term bull market for precious metals. I don't think it's a magic bullet. You can't, it's not food, it's not water, so it's no magic bullet. It's very
But it's got to be part of your portfolio.
This is definitely an asset that people should understand and consider. I'm loath to say it should be in everybody's portfolio because everybody's different, and so there's unique, it's unique for everybody. It's extremely volatile, so it's something that before you tiptoe into this, it's something you really, really want to learn. And we have some great audio seminars, and of course on the Solari report we do one a month on precious metals. So there's a lot of good information if you want to learn more.
Well, Catherine, I appreciate you spending time with us. Even if we don't get Geithner indicted and they're talking about it and they're having congressional hearings about it, we can at least politically convict them and politically crucify them because they deserve it, and just openly in the court of public opinion explain these are a bunch of swindlers, so as they try to carry out more scams in the future, people don't buy into it.
It's so important, Alex, that everyone understand that we're looking at a group of people who really have gone across the line and are not going to come back. These are not responsible leaders that we can look to.